Bro, we were off for like what, 2 weeks, like at least
Yeah, it was like a 2-week break.
2-week break, and we got another like week and a half break coming up.
I know.
It's tough. Sorry, Sandys. But we're back.
Where
were you? What were you doing?
I was in Evansville doing some photo shoots and some video shoots.
And
what?
cabin.
Oh yeah, the cabin. Well, yeah, my parents got the cabin too. But yeah, so
They bought a Lincoln log house, dude.
And it's like a legit cabin.
That's
it's not
awesome.
just like a house in the woods. It's like a cabin.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I can't wait to get the homies down there and hang out a bit.
That'll be so cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Can sleep like 2, 4, 6.
And it's on what lake?
Patoka.
Patoka.
It's like a 200-yard walk to Patoka Lake.
Sweet.
So I put the kayaks down there, and they've got a permanent home now. So we can go kayaking, we can go fishing. Hoosier National Forest is like right behind it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
That's
awesome.
what's up.
It's very cool.
Patoka is in Kentucky though, right?
No, it's Indiana.
Really?
Mm-hmm. If you're looking at the map and you see Jasper, just kind of go east by about like 30 minutes, and Patoka Lake is there.
So it's not far from Evansville at all.
I think it's an hour and a half for my parents to get there, hour and 20, and then for me it's 2.5, just because I take 65 down to Bloomington and then pop out, and then I got to take like 40 minutes of back roads, or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm looking at a map here. That's not bad.
Yeah, so it'll be good to get everybody down there and hang out.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, I'm proud of them. Shout out Mom and Dad. You guys put in a lot of hard work. Good shit. The
Nice
RV didn't pan out, but I like the cabin a lot better, and I think they do too.
Good job, Steve. Good job, Ann.
Where's the applause? There it is. Yeah, so that's what I was doing this weekend. We set up the cabin, really cute. I'll flash some pictures here while we're doing this because I've got some pictures on my phone. I'll flash some pictures in the edit. But yeah, was doing the cabin and then did some shooting and whatnot for a couple freelance clients. So yeah, good weekend. What about you? What'd you do in the little hiatus?
Went to WWE.
Dude, yeah, I saw, man. I saw.
Bro, it was so cool.
Did you guys know? Hold on. Did you know that John Cena was going to be there?
Yeah, that's like the main reason we bought tickets.
Okay.
So this was a pay-per-view event. It was Fastlane. That's why they had it in Indy car theme.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna just go out and say it. It is the best atmosphere of any live sporting event I have been to.
It looked electric.
And I like it that. And from what I remember, I was about 12 or 13 when I went to this. But that and the Nashville Predators game.
Ooh. I've never been to an NHL game, but I'd imagine that it's
I've been to a handful
awesome.
of them, and they're super fun, very rowdy. Crowds all like into it the whole way.
Yeah.
Everybody's cheering, losing their minds. And that's what's like a WWE, right? Because the whole thing is a performance. It's all scripted. It's for the fans.
Yeah.
But they're into it. And some of those guys, like there's this new dude. His name's LA Knight. And he has the crowd in the palm of his hand.
Is he a good guy or bad guy?
He is
hero villain.
He's a hero. He's a hero.
Nice.
And he was John Cena's tag team partner.
Okay, yeah, I saw him in those videos.
Spoiler, they won. And he walks out and he'll just be talking his shit. And a lot of people talk about him like on TikTok and stuff. As if he's like just a ripoff of Stone Cold Steve Austin because his catchphrase is "yeah" instead of "hell yeah."
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So, but he'll walk out and he'll just be talking shit, and then he'll be like, "And everybody's saying," and he points in 3 directions, and as soon as he does it, the whole crowd and the whole stadium in unison, "L.A. Knight," and at the end he's like, "Yeah," and
that's pretty
everyone does it with him on cue, every point. It's
So he's already got like his crowd work down. Yeah, crazy good crowd work.
It is like I said, is the best live sporting event atmosphere to be at.
That's
like
so
it's
cool.
better than any Colts game I've been to. It's far better than any Pacers game I've been to. That was the second crazy thing. In Gainbridge, so the Pacers stadium or arena, whatever it is, and way better attendance. Like
Oh, dude,
not
that
an
place
empty,
was packed.
not an empty seat in the house, other than the ones that they had like roped off for performance areas.
Yeah.
Not a single soul in there that wasn't there for that. Like, you know,
Dude, it
Pacers
was
games,
packed.
friends go all the time just to go sit, hang out with other friends. They
Right.
don't care about the game as much.
Right.
That was like everyone in there was
Diehard
yeah,
WWE
trying to
fans.
watch. Even the
That's so
mom that
cool.
we were sitting next to, she was there with her kid and maybe her 2 kids, maybe her kid and her son's friend or whatever.
Yeah.
But like she was even a little bit into it and like just happy to be there, shooting the shit, having conversation with like everyone around is just there to talk. And the best was, so you can do this at pretty much any WWE event. Ric Flair is like a legend, icon, right?
Yeah.
But I just yelled, 2 claps to Ric Flair, please. And I didn't even have to do it. Everyone else in the stadium just, woo! It was awesome. Bro, it is the best. It's the best. And I'm not even like a huge fan anymore. But
Yeah.
Dow hit me up and was like, you want to go? John Cena's going to be there. I was like, yeah, I got to see John Cena.
Well, yeah, if John Cena's going to be there, that's huge.
And
I
so
mean, that's
we-
why I asked, because, like,
Yeah.
from that Snapchat you sent me, I was like, oh, dude, maybe it was a surprise. Maybe it was one of those where they just so happened to be surprised by him, but no.
Yeah, and then we just spent the first like two hours before the thing started watching TikToks and YouTube videos to catch up on all the drama and catch up on
Yeah,
the
so the
storyline,
storylines make sense.
so that we knew a little bit of what was going on.
Yeah.
But dude, it's so awesome. They put on a great show. It's a great performance.
I saw McAfee was there, too, so he came out.
He's a like
I know he's, like, part of it.
like on contract as an announcer.
Yeah.
And he's always at the indie shows. He
Yeah.
loves it. The only downside of going to WWE live is, unlike when you're at home watching it on TV, you can't hear the announcers.
Oh, yeah. You just kind of have to.
You just hear the crowd and you hear what's going on down there. But
So it is like a football game in that regard where you just don't have that commentary.
Yeah, you don't have the commentary. So that kind of sucks, but the crowd makes up for it.
Oh, definitely.
It's awesome, dude.
Plus, I feel like for that, at home, you definitely need the commentary to, like, keep it going. But whenever you're there live,
Yeah, it'd be
it's
so,
like
at
you're
home,
just
it'd be so
keyed
boring.
in. Like,
At home, it'd be so boring without commentary.
yeah.
It'd just be loud thuds on the mat and the crowd going, oh, oh.
But it's like, it's just, yeah, it's a different
like
like
watching golf.
electricity.
Dude, it would. You just hear it every now and then, and that's it.
Yeah.
But
It'd be really bad if you heard in the hole at a WWE match. I don't know.
I don't know what that would mean.
I don't know.
So we're gonna move on, because you ruined it. Ruined it.
Oh, man.
John Cena in the hole, can't see me.
Yeah, that was cool.
All right, I wrote a joke for you. I wrote you another joke. You ready for it?
Let's hear it.
What's the difference between me and Batman?
I'll humor you. What?
I mean, you'll humor me.
What?
Batman knows his dad's dead. Mine's just dead to me.
Oh, dude. Oh, no. Oh, no. I was... God.
You didn't know where that was going.
No, I really thought it was going to be a dad joke, and then you hit the
Yeah.
Batman and me thing, and I was like, oh, no, it's not going to be a dad joke.
It
turned out to be a dad joke.
Yep. What's up, dude? Batman made into a bastard. Me, born one.
You merely adopted the bastardism. I was born in it.
No, so actually, I was workshopping this joke last night on the phone with a buddy, and it came to my attention that the definition of bastard is not someone who doesn't have a dad. It's just any child who is conceived outside of a marriage.
Yeah. It's way more encompassing.
Also, fun fact, I learned that bastard was a bad word when I was like 8 or 9. I was at, sorry, Granny. I was at my grandma's work with her.
Mm-hmm.
She used to work at a school called Evansville Day School. And during the summer, like teachers and faculty would bring their kids and we'd all run around together, hang out, play on the playground stuff.
Yeah.
I was running around with these siblings. His kid's name was Andrew, and his sister's name was like Elizabeth or Sarah or something like that. And I remember I just kept calling this poor little girl a bastard. And her dad is in the room next door to us, and he's going to be my 5th grade teacher next year.
Oh, I'm sure he loved that, dude. I'm sure he loved that.
Bro, literally just bang, 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 shooting myself in the foot. Click, 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 reload, bang, bang, bang. Just going, man. And so she ran and told her dad. Her dad went and told my grandma. Grandma came and got me and was like, And then I remember sitting down with, his name is Mr. Comstock, and him and my grandma, and he just looked at me. He's like, you even know what that word means? No.
No, I just know I am one.
Oh. If I would have said that to him at 9 years old, bro, checkmate. I win. Pass me. Send me on
He'd
to
have been
6th
like,
grade.
damn, all right.
Yep, send me on to 6th grade.
You
No,
don't
I
need to
didn't
know
even
math.
know. I didn't even know I was one because, like I said, I didn't know any definition of the word. I just had heard it, and so I was like, I think that I'm using this right.
Yeah.
You bastard. Locked
He's
her
like,
out.
well, you are, but you shouldn't.
Yeah. So that was just a big learning moment in my life.
Never forgot the definition, though.
Well, apparently I never learned it until last night.
Well, yeah.
So
Never
yeah.
gonna forget it.
Never ever.
Nice.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, you really threw me
Things
for a
we
loop with
do
that
as
joke.
kids. Thanks, man. I worked hard on that.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Um,
At least Batman knows his are dead. Mine's just, or his is dead. Mine's just dead to me. Solid.
Thanks.
Rock solid.
So solid. You didn't even have a snappy comeback this time.
No, that one took me so off guard.
Yeah.
It took me until your story to actually get a comeback. So,
Yep.
yeah.
All right. Well, Tales of the Tap. Shit got wild
Yeah?
on a Tuesday lunch, dude. So
Tales of the Tap on a Tuesday.
I usually work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday lunches.
Yeah.
Just an easy way to still have income for the day and not give up too much of my evening.
Yeah.
And not, feel like a bum wasting my day away. So, and they're fairly easy shifts. We get the same usual crowds every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, Thursday, right?
You
Same
get regulars.
people.
Yeah.
Coming in for lunch. It's mostly the corporate workers or the government workers in downtown Indy. Like, they just come over, grab a quick beer, maybe
Yeah.
lunch. But yesterday, the crowd was a little spicy. So we got this guy. He rang in a to-go order. And the bartender, his name's David. I wasn't bartending. So David answers the phone because it's behind the bar, takes to-go order. And the reason they do that is so, like, if the to-go order people don't tip out or don't tip, then I don't have to tip out the bartender on an order that I didn't get tipped on.
Oh,
right?
okay, yeah.
So bartender takes all the to-go orders. And he took it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Guy comes in later to pick up his to-go order. David's busy. He's helping one of his tables or moving boxes around upstairs, doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk up to the guy. He's sitting at the bar with his girlfriend. I hand him menus, and he, like, stiff arms the menus. He's like, I don't need those. And he, like, barely looked at me and just said it, like, very abruptly, like, I don't need those. And I was like, okay. And then I just set him down and walked away, like, not my problem. And he was like, what I had is to-go order. And I was like, oh, well, my bad. Like, what's the name
How
on
about
the...
you use your fucking words, dude?
No, shit. So I'm like, what's the name on the order? I'll go check on it for you, Terry. What's the name? And he's like, tells me his name. I forget what the fuck it was. And I go back in the kitchen. It's not quite ready yet. And so I walk out there and tell him that. And I'm like, but I'll go ahead and cash you out so you're not waiting too long once food
Yeah,
comes.
just get the food and go.
Yeah. And I remember this so specifically. It sounds so stupid, but it's because of the way things went down that I remember this. His order total was $40.88.
Okay.
He hands me $40 in fives and a $1 bill. So $41 total. 12 cents is your change.
Yeah.
I'm not giving that back to you. One, you look like the type of dude that would be mad if I handed you 12 cents back.
You're already mad that I handed you fucking menus.
Yeah.
Like
in a restaurant in which you sat down. So, like, you look like the type of guy that you like change. So, didn't give him the change. And he didn't say anything. He didn't ask for it. Fine. Go back in the kitchen. Quentin's bagging up the order. Grab it. Take it out to him. Cool. And then he's opens the bag. A lot of people do this, which I kind of find weird, but I get it. You want to check, make sure your order's right. They just straight open the bag, pull out all the boxes, look in all the boxes. It's crazy. It's just so much extra work. But you want to make sure your food's right, so be it. All his food is right, but he wanted an extra ranch. So he said, he looks over at me, and David's back at this point.
Yeah.
But I've been the one helping him.
So you're just gonna keep it.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
Yeah, and he doesn't know that, like, you're to-go person. You're supposed to order through the bar. I don't care to explain the hassle. I have one table. I'm not doing anything else.
Yeah.
So he's like, can I get an extra ranch? And I informed him, ranch costs extra. If you want another ranch, it's going to be and he's so mad. Okay, and? It's like, all right. First of all, If I didn't tell you that, and then I bring you that ranch out here and I charge you for it, you're gonna be like, damn, for some ranch. And you know how I know that? Because everyone does it. Yeah, everyone does it.
Yeah.
I would do it.
That's why at Chipotle they tell you that guac is extra and queso is extra. Like if they wouldn't, people get to the end, it's a $20 burrito, and they're like, "Excuse me, how the fuck does this make sense?"
Well, and if I was a customer at the tap and they brought me a ranch, and then on the bill it showed, and they didn't tell me it was extra, and then on the bill it showed it was extra, I'd be like, "Bro, for some ranch?
Yeah,
for some barbecue, like a sauce?
Yeah."
So that's one of the downfalls of the tap. We charge for ranch, but we do it. So I told the guy. He got mad that I told him. He's like, I don't care. So anyway, go get his ranch. Apparently, as I'm walking away, this man, under his breath, because I didn't hear it, but David, my bartender, told me this, said, go get my ranch. I'll slap the shit out of you. Or something like that. Something about slapping me and called me a I didn't hear it, obviously.
Why are people so unhinged, dude?
I didn't hear it. So I'm going to get his ranch.
Oh my God.
I come back out with his ranch. Oh, wait. So hold on. I forgot a very important part. And this is probably why he said it, but still very...
Were your nails painted?
No. Oh. Very unhinged response for his reason. So as I tell him that, I tell him the total. It's going to be $1.25 for ranch. He hands me a $5. Sorry, doesn't hand it to me. Throws it onto the counter. Typically, I don't read into people throwing
like
money.
Body language and stuff.
Yeah, like if I'm behind the bar and I walk up to a dude and I'm like, hey, your total's whatever, and he like just tosses his card, he pulls his card out of his wallet, tosses it on the counter. I'm not thinking like, oh, he's being a dick. Like that was a rude gesture.
Right.
You're just completing the transaction.
Right.
That's all it is. And like if you threw it, that's different. But if you just tossed it on the counter or slid it on the counter, that's fine. Yeah. I slide menus and receipt trays down the bar top all the time.
Mm-hmm.
This guy slides a $5 to me. I pick it up, put it in the drawer, and he's like, "Where's my change?" Talking about the change from because I told him it was $1.25, and he was like, "Well, where's my change?" Talking about the 12 cents from before. And I was like, "Your 12 cents? It's still in the drawer. That's my bartender's tip." And so he throws his $5 at me. I grab his $5. He's obviously mad, so I give him $4 back. Didn't charge the 25 cents.
Oh man!
Charged him $1.
What a saint! What a saint!
Charged him $1. So then I slide the ones back on the counter to him. I'm not looking at him when I'm doing this too. I'm talking to David, so I just like did that. I didn't know if his hand was out to take the money or not.
I'm assuming
he's saying it was. Whatever. And he was like, and as I'm walking away, he was like, damn, you really had to throw that at me? And I was like, what? And he was like, you couldn't have handed me the money, you had to throw it? And I was like, bro, I just slid it on the counter to you. Like, I'm just
I could have dropped it on the fucking ground, man.
I'm completing a transaction. Like, do you want your ranch or not?
How much does this ranch mean to you?
I was like, I'll be right back. And that's when he said, I'll slap shit out of you, pussy, or whatever he said. I didn't hear it again. So come back out with his ranch, and he's got the meanest, dirtiest look on his face. I'm like, bro, like, you know I could have spit in this, right? Like, be nice. So, didn't spit in it, by the way. I'd like to be on record saying that. Hand it to him. He snatches this ranch.
Did it just, like, explode?
No, but I wish it would have. And I also 100% thought he was getting ready to throw it at me. And I was fully prepared to grab a bottle of vodka and just dink. Like, uppercut, lose my job.
Dink.
And I'm walking out sipping the bottle. Hands it to his girlfriend. And then just starts laying into me about, like, you need to watch who you talking to. You acting funny, you goofy ass dude, blah, blah, blah. And he's saying some words that I can't say because he's a black guy.
Yeah.
And he's like 6'3", pretty big. Not the type of dude that I'd want to fight alone. Good news is I wasn't alone. I'm with David.
David's there.
And I'm with Quentin. And Dave, our big bar manager, and Corey, our 6'4" black guy, is in the kitchen ready to go. And so David's already walking.
You told me about Corey.
David's already walking back into the kitchen to go get Corey.
He's like, hey, we got a problem.
And this dude's just talking to me. And Dave, our bar manager, he's super hot-headed, so he's always ready for confrontation.
Oh, boy.
He's not afraid of it. He walks out to me just going, mocking this dude.
In front of him?
In front of him, in front of other customers. And, like, people at the bar are laughing. It's great. And...
Well, yeah, this is lunch rush. I kind of forget that there's, like, other people here.
Trying to walk away, and then he, like, hears me doing that, and he stops, and he turns around and takes a step towards me. And I was like, bro, what are you doing? And he was like, why are you walking towards me? I was like, I'm stationary. I'm standing with my hands on the bar, doing my job. He's like, your job's to mock people? And I was like, no, but my job is also not to take shit.
Yeah, like, come on, dude.
And then he like starts to walk off, and Dave's like, "You can't do that." My bar manager, and David.
He said that to you?
Yeah.
Oh.
And David, the bartender, was like, "No, let it go. Like Hop is totally in the clear here. He did nothing wrong." And apparently, this guy was being a cock to David on the phone when he was placing the to-go order.
Yeah, so he already had a frame of reference.
It had been a whole issue like with this guy. 2 minutes later,
Oh God.
there's a homeless guy, surprise, on the patio, chilling by the fire, staying warm because it's a little windy, a little cold outside, weather's dropping, and he's smoking a cigarette. We don't allow smoking on the patio. And there's not any business downtown that allows you to smoke within 6 feet of the entryway.
For sure.
So I go out there, and Deb and Dave do not like homeless people hanging out.
Yeah, you've said that.
I get it. Ooh, excuse me.
Nice.
I get it. It's not a good look. They bother customers.
True.
It's not the best. I feel bad for them, especially when we're slow and you're just hanging by the fire. You're not causing any problems. So I walk out there and I'm like, "Hey, sir, we don't allow people to smoke on the patio. If you could just step on the other side of the railing while you smoke, you can come back and sit by the fire when you're done."
Yeah.
And he had like a little plate of food from the restaurant from Sweet Green across the street or something. So I wasn't gonna like kick him out or anything. I was just like, "Bro, you're not causing problems. Just smoke right there. You can sit by the fire when you're done."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, okay." Gets up, flicks his cigarette butt onto the ground, and stomps it out. Like he was
in the patio?
In the patio, and then starts walking out the back of the patio, leaving his food. And so now I'm like, okay, he's on drugs. Sir, like, can you pick up your trash now? And he turns around. I have zero idea what he said at first. He did not. It wasn't English, and it wasn't Spanish. It was like or something like
gibberish.
Yeah, it sounded like Stitch. And then he turns around and starts walking away and says, "Suck my dick." And it was audible, clear as day, and then just walks off. And I was like, "Bro."
Twice in 5 minutes?
Yep. And I walked back inside and I looked at Dave and I was like, "Can I go home?
Oh my God.
Can I go home?" I wasn't even like, no nail polish, no skinny jeans, didn't even have rings on, bro. Normal black shirt, classic gray pants that are about as baggy as those, and just high top sneakers. Looked like a very average dude. So I thought. I don't know. Bro. All of this. I'm sorry. That was loud. All of this was before 1:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday, dog.
I'm speechless. Like, I have nothing for that.
Pardon my language if anyone's offended by that F word, but just know it was directed at me. Like, I'm not just saying it willy-nilly. Like, Jesus.
Who does that?
Tuesday, afternoon,
Who does
lunch.
that?
Like, Todd's in there just to try to enjoy his small salad with blue cheese and his coffee. And I got fucking Tyrone over here threatening to slap me using homosexual slurs.
Oh my God.
And then I got dog outside with no teeth. And somehow he's pronouncing "suck my dick." Like, bro, what?
I can't, dude. The audacity of people, man. I can't believe that. That's insane. You're just trying to do your job.
Like, I walked it, and then I went to the bathroom after that, and I just looked myself in the mirror, and I was like,
Am I?
"You need to stick up for yourself." You need to no. God damn it.
I'm kidding.
Am
kidding.
I? Start
Oh
twerking.
I'm
Jesus,
kidding.
man, bro.
I'm kidding.
Like, yeah, so Tap was not kind to me yesterday.
Yeah, man. So did you go home after that? Were you just like, I'm
no,
done with this? Like, I'm dipping?
I was there till 4. I was the lunch closer, which fine.
I just stood up on the bar and been like, who else wants it? 3 for 3. Who wants it? Just get it over with. Somebody else say it. Just put an end to it. 3 for 3. Everything happens in threes. Let's go. Come on. Who's got it?
Bro,
Who's got it? You got it? Terry, you got it? Tim?
Where's-
Tim with your blue cheese salad and coffee? No?
Todd.
Todd?
Oh, dude,
Take your earbuds out. Listen to me.
How'd you know? He always has AirPods in.
I figured.
Um,
Most Todds do.
yeah. Well,
I know no Todds. That's insane.
what?
That's insane.
Yeah. It's great.
2 F-bombs
Great Tuesday.
in a matter of 2 to 5 minutes.
Oh my God.
Both directed completely at you.
100%. And it's like,
Out of all of the Things that they could have called you too.
And I didn't do I didn't do not one thing to deserve it. I called this homeless man sir. I said, "Hey, sir, we don't allow people to smoke on the patio. If you could please step on the I was so nice. Please step on the other side. You can come back." And I even told him, "You can come back and sit back down when you're done." Normally, how I handle homeless people is I just walk out there, "Hey, you can't be here. Like we don't bother the customers."
Yeah, get out.
Or, "Hey, we don't smoke on the patio. Bye."
Yeah.
And like I'm very direct and just kind of rude about
But
it.
no, today was different.
Today was different. I was feeling a little nice. I was like, "You know what? It's cold. I'm gonna let the man sit by the fire." And then this isn't really relevant, but like that same homeless dude comes back in later.
Oh, here
Comes
we go.
inside and he walks up and he's looking at the wall that's right when you walk in, and he's trying to read it so fucking hard, bro. He's like,
All 4 of his brain cells are firing.
says, "Please seat yourself." That's it. Finally, he goes and sits down, and he picks up a business card when he does, and it's our events coordinator's card.
Yeah.
Sits down, and I walk over to him, and I'm like, "Do you need something?" At this point, I'm not. I'm like, "You need something?" And he goes, "This left this card, and I just off work, and this for some fries, and I want that fries and the burger that's on the picture on the wall right there, and I this card just did for the meal." Literally verbatim what I heard, and I was like, "That card gets you no meal. That card has our events coordinator email on it. Like that's not a gift card or something." She told me this card give me meal. No, she didn't. No.
Mm-mm.
Later.
Mm-mm.
Bye.
Mush.
So yeah, man.
Mush.
Tuesday was awesome, to say the least.
Tales of the Tap. Just like that.
Never a dull one,
No. That's a spicy one for sure.
bro.
Like, what are the odds, dude? What are the odds that both of them in 2 different scenarios are just like, yeah. It's just like,
I don't know. But
that's insane.
the day ended well.
That's insane.
I had one table at the end of it, and it was, well, not all day, but like one table right as I was about to leave, and it was these 2 teacher ladies. One of them was like 40, the other one's about my age. They were just sitting, having drinks together, enjoying their fall break. And I sat down and mingled with them for a little bit, shot the shit, laughed about some stupid stuff, and then I came up with a new concoction.
Oh, what's that?
You know what a car bomb is?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Guinness, Bailey's, and Jameson.
Yeah.
Pumpkin bomb. You use your favorite pumpkin ale, pumpkin beer.
Ooh.
Absolute vanilla, rum chata. Bro, it's so good.
Wow.
Tastes like pumpkin pie.
Oh my gosh.
Goes down too easy.
They putting it on the menu, or is it just something you're telling people about?
It's just kind of something I'm telling people about at this point,
Dude, that's nice.
because I don't want to run through it, all the ingredients too fast.
Yeah.
You know, I want some for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did 2 of them at the end of my shift, and
Pretty good.
They hit significantly harder than a car bomb. I don't know if it's like the alcohol percentage.
It's
in
probably the
Guinness
alcohol
but,
percentage.
like,
Well, it's probably because
significantly.
like Bailey's, I don't think has very high of an alcoholic percentage. Does it? I mean, you would know better than me. You're the bartender here.
I have no
But
idea.
I don't think it's got as much of a.
But it's
Still,
good.
though, sounds good.
Yeah.
Pumpkin
So-
pie. Pumpkin pie.
Oh,
Man, do you like pumpkin pie like normally? Like if
Yeah.
it's a normal pie?
yeah, bro.
Yeah. Pumpkin
People
pie's
who say they
legit.
don't like pumpkin pie, like you're either a liar or you're just you got a bad palate. I don't know.
Yeah. Pumpkin pie's the shit.
What's not to like?
Pumpkin pie's the shit.
It's creamy.
It's
sweet.
creamy and
It's
good.
got the
yeah.
cinnamon.
Well, while you were getting called the F word
Being
at
verbally
work,
assaulted.
yeah, all week, or not all week, but on Tuesday.
Felt like all week.
Switching gears here a little bit. Did you see what Mike Tomlin said about his coaching philosophy?
No.
This was like last week or 2 weeks ago. It was a quote that he put out. Let me read it for you.
Maybe.
I wish that I could paraphrase this, but it's pretty long. He said, "Players play and coaches coach. Division of labor. Nobody asked Scooby where the haunted houses were. Nobody asked Shaggy to drive the mystery machine. As coach, I unmask all the ghosts to show the gang it was old Farmer Hank the whole time too. In this analogy, I'm Fred, and I'm clapping Daphne and Velma's cheeks while Shaggy and Scooby eat snacks."
That can't be a direct quote. That's got to be like the Dan Campbell pregame ritual
Mike
quote.
Tomlin on his general philosophy on coaching.
Yeah, but who? Like, what account is that?
Oh, the sports memery. Damn, man, I thought I had a good one this whole time.
Got.
I did get
Got.
I got good.
Got. Oh,
Damn, that was a good one
Keaghan.
too, man. Come on, Mike. You can't
Hey,
give us that in real life.
You had me in the first half, and then you started talking about clapping cheeks, and I was like, nope, this is the Dan Campbell thing all over
Man, they
again.
had me in the first half, second half, and they kidnapped my ass and took me home.
Took you into overtime and everything.
Yeah, and then they kicked me in the nuts. God dang it. The sports memory. Be careful what you read out there, kids.
That's awesome.
Is
Hey,
that not just a great quote, though?
that's
Regardless.
That's really good. That's really good.
In this analogy, I'm Fred, and I'm clapping Daphne and Velma's cheeks.
I follow this
God.
account called Fake Ball News or something
Yeah,
like that.
you've showed me that one. Those look legit, though.
Some of those get me sometimes. Well, some of them look legit, but then there's other ones where it's like Austin Reeves on playing the Golden State Warriors, and it's like, these ain't shit. And it's like, well, he didn't say that.
It's like there's no way.
He just didn't say that. There's no way he said a word that started with N right there.
But see, I feel like Mike Tomlin says some like wild shit sometimes. I feel like he's kind of got like a guru-esque
Yeah, for
like,
sure,
way
but he's
about
not
him.
going to fucking go on a podium as a face of the NFL and say, yeah, I'm clapping Velma and Daphne's cheeks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, dude, come on,
You never
bro.
know.
Oh,
Dang.
God, that's awesome.
Hell of a quote, though. You guys at the Sports Memory on Instagram, you guys really drafted a good one there. You had me.
That's phenomenal.
That was awesome. Damn, I wish that was legit.
God
Damn
bless.
it. All right, well, this is something that's legit. I'll take you to this one.
All right,
You got a hometown scandal.
Okay, so I'm going to pause this real quick. So, as you just kind of heard, hometown scandal, right? There's an AD in Greenwood that was embezzling money, athletic director for a high school in Greenwood. That was
I know what AD means.
okay. I'm just making sure. It wasn't necessarily for you. It was
There was an
more so
Anthony
for-
Davis in Greenwood?
Yeah. He was stealing money from the athletic department. So I'm gonna play this video because it explains kind of the whole situation.
Okay.
And this falls underneath our Hoosier horror category because this is just a terrible look for a high school guy.
Hometown scandal unfolding right before our eyes. Right outside of Indianapolis is a school called Greenwood Christian Academy, whose high school athletic director is involved in one of the biggest felony theft cases we've seen in a while. It was reported that he stole over $42,000 in school funds to use on DraftKings. In the past year, a school-issued credit card had
On DraftKings, bro. This man is down so astronomically bad that he's like, yep, I'm going to abuse my position at this school, and I'm going to use all of this money to gamble.
Hey, dog.
But he used them on gift cards. So here we go. This is the second half.
The house always
charged
wins.
for over $40K, and when confronted about the charges, the AD said he had been buying Visa gift cards for coaches to buy stuff for their teams. It's not been made public how much money the AD made or lost through the bets he placed, but it was determined that nearly all of the gift cards were redeemed through the DraftKings site. For more on this developing story, follow Bailey Jackson Sports.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You realize that's me if I get called a faggot one more time at lunch, right? Like, I'm already a degenerate gambler.
Oh, man.
If I get bullied during one more lunch, I am done with the restaurant business, and I am an embezzling AD. That's what I am.
Not a good look. Not a good look. Just don't get caught.
Rather be called an embezzler than
Yeah.
whatever that was.
Yeah. Well,
Dude, that's
he's got to be
crazy.
I think they said he's facing federal charges. Like, has to be.
All right. And I won't do it. But,
That's crazy, though.
I mean, of course it's federal charges. I mean, that makes sense. But, yeah, wild DraftKings, bro.
Like, you're not just going to take the money and buy something with that money.
Or
Like,
like
I understand you want to, like, make more money off of it, but, like, bro, invest it.
Or like, hey, at least be sly about it, right? Like, you embezzle the first $1,000. If you lose, immediately stop. If you win your bet, put the $1,000 back and gamble with the free money that you just made.
Yeah, that tells me that he probably lost.
All of it.
Most of it.
All of it. There's no way he has any of that 42K left. There's no way he won anything.
That's worst. Like, as if this isn't a bad scenario already. That's like worst case scenario.
And that has to be what happened.
Because then they're coming for you.
Because you don't get caught if you win.
Then you're
Because you
42.
put the money back.
Yeah, you're 42K in debt.
What a
On top of the
loser.
debt that you probably already accrued through the DraftKings Sportsbook, and then they're coming for that and interest.
Bro, hey, what's the guy's name? Do we know?
Let me see. You can probably give a. Or let me give a quick Google.
Yeah, I can do
Yeah, because I got this other thing pulled up.
Wood.
Hold on, I gotta move Otto away from the closet.
Devin M. Gary. All right, so
Yeah.
hey, Devin, next time, just dip into your kid's college fund instead. There's no legal repercussions on that one. Your wife might be upset, but, like, there's no legal repercussions, and you've got much more time to pay that back.
Yeah.
The way you went about it is illegal. You have to pay it back immediately.
Well, it's immoral too. I mean, you're like
It's immoral.
like the kids. Like, think about the kids, man.
He said, fuck them kids.
He did. He really did. He was like, you know what? Nah, these kids ain't
He
it.
said, we're in a rebuilding year.
Yeah, none of these teams are winning state.
That's
I'm just taking it for
hilarious, bro.
myself.
That's clowning.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I watched that video a couple times, and I had read the article before I saw that video, and I was like, oh my God, that's awful. And then it started like hitting some different accounts and stuff, and I was like,
I feel like that's
oh my God, that's awful.
I feel like that's so on brand too, like an athletic director, sports gambling.
Yeah.
With embezzled money. Like, that's
I mean, if you are
hilarious.
going to gamble on something, it might as well be sports. You should know the most about that instead of craps and blackjack. So
Your chances
He
on
probably
the craps
thought-
table are probably higher.
probably, well, for him, probably yes, considering that he's probably like 80K in the hole.
Dude, what'd this man put it all on?
Yeah, now that's a good question. You think he just
What
you
was he
think he
betting
you think
on?
he put 43,000 on one bet and was like, I got it. This is
No,
a lock.
fuck no, fuck.
And it was Chiefs week 1.
No, because
And then he lost it all to the Lions.
I don't think he was able to get. I bet he probably wasn't able to get all 43 at once. Like, he's probably been taking
Yeah, that's
2,000 a month.
it's the way they
for-
made it sound is that it was just the
or
total.
however long. I don't know. Yeah, that's wild though, man.
But he had it, like they said, split up on a whole bunch of different gift cards.
yeah, I mean,
So-
you have to. That's insane.
So yeah, you're right. Probably was just in increments because Visa gift cards, you can only do like 500 max on those. So like, yeah,
Yeah, and he lost.
that's a
it
lot
all.
of Visa gift cards, dude.
I wonder at what point because the whole time he's doing this, he's got to be stressed the fuck out.
At what point is he like, 'cause I'm in too deep?
Yeah. At what point was he like, fuck it, I'm in too deep? Like, I feel like once you hit the like 7,000 mark, that's when like eyebrows are gonna start raising. Like, okay, wait, where's this money going?
Yeah.
But once you get to like 10, 15K, someone's got to be on your ass.
Mm-hmm.
And so now he's just like pulling money out every day. Like, I got to win it back. I got to win it back. I got to win it back. I got to
And
win
it
it
just
back.
keeps getting worse and
And
worse
worse.
and worse
Dude.
and worse.
I need to be a fly. I need time to rewind, and I need to be a fly on this man's shoulder during the whole course of this.
Yeah.
And I need to know what he's
Yeah.
telling his wife when he's placing all these bets.
Yeah, I don't know if he's married or anything. He looked kind of like a young guy, but
He's 31, so he could be, might not be.
yeah, it could
Mhm.
be, maybe not, but still.
That's hilarious.
Well,
hey.
it's just so embarrassing too. It's like, yeah, I'm a felon. What'd you get caught for? I was sports betting.
I was
with
stealing
the
money
athletic
from high
department's
school
money.
sports programs and using them on DraftKings. Someone would slap him twice. Once for not using the Better Sports app in FanDuel, and 2 for stealing from kids.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. And yes, I know. I just said FanDuel's better, and I bet on DraftKings. It's because I'm locked out of my FanDuel. That's what happens when you win too much money.
Hey, that's why. Well, that's not why I'm locked out of my DraftKings, but my DraftKings just doesn't pull from my bank account for whatever
It's
reason.
not why I'm locked out of my FanDuel either. I just like to say that. But hey,
You're
this-
locked out of your FanDuel because you embezzled $43,000 and
Just because he's caught doesn't mean I have to be.
Too late.
All right. Well, there's no better segue into our gambling segment
Than that.
than that. So thank you for that. Here's a quick recap.
Don't thank me. Thank Devin.
Hey, thanks, Devin.
Thank Devin.
Here's a quick recap
Devin
from
the dumbass.
week 3 to week 4 to week 5, and then I'll give you week 6 picks. So after week 2, we were like,
Yeah, where we at?
after week 2, I think we were 4-3 and 7-3. 4-3 against the spread and 7-3 all in all.
That sounds right.
After week 2, week 3 was not kind to us. The first pick I made was Pats -2.5 against the Jets, and that was a lock. It smashed. They hadn't lost to the Jets in like 15 years, and now it'll be 16 years.
Yep.
And it's the only win of the year for the Patriots. Great. Was feeling awesome. I was like, yep, we knew it.
Yep.
Rams plus 1.5 didn't happen. They did not beat the Bengals.
No, they did not.
Dolphins, Chargers over 54.5 didn't happen. You know what makes that suck? I'm pretty sure they got to like 52, 53, 54. So they only missed it by a couple.
Yeah.
So that blew. And then our 7-point teaser. This had no business. No business losing.
Oh, no, it did not. I remember this
Chiefs
one.
We teased them from 13 to -6. Hit. Chiefs teased the Cowboys from 12 to -5, and Jags from 8.5 to -1. Cowboys and Jags both with an embarrassing loss.
Yeah.
Horrible, horrible losses. That is a bad beat. That was a rough go. So after week 3, we were now 5-4 against the spread, 8-6 altogether. And we were 3-0 on non-spread bets, but then we lost the over right there and the teaser. So, and then we went into week 4, and we took Chiefs -8.5 at the Jets. Didn't cover. They won, but didn't cover. Steelers -2.5 at Texans. Nope. Seahawks -2 at New York Giants. Hit. Giants are the worst team in football. And then under 53.5 on the Bills-Dolphins game. I was feeling a little spicy on that. Divisional game. I know they're 2 high-scoring offenses. Obviously, we should have seen it coming, but you thought with a divisional game it'd be a little closer. Wasn't. And so now we were at 6-6 against the spread, 9-9 all in. So we're dead even on the year.
Yep.
Haven't lost money.
Could be worse. Could always be worse.
Week 5 was fucking huge. And I tweeted it late, but I promise I put these bets in before the games. I didn't just pick winners after the fact. I picked winners before. So I picked Jacksonville plus 5.5 versus the Bills in London. You know why? Because they've got Trevor Lawrence, the prince who was promised, and he was home on his native royal soil in London. I wish I could say that was mine. That's from Nick Wright. And they covered 1 outright. Colts plus 2.5 versus Titans, covered 1 outright.
Yep.
Texans plus 2.5 versus Atlanta, lost by 2. That covers. That's a perfect 3-0 week. We're now 9-6 against the spread, 12-9 all in. That's 57% hits. That's professional gambling numbers right there, baby.
Turkey.
Yep.
That's that's sick.
So we're up going into week 6, and our week 6 picks are as follows.
Grab pens and paper.
Or check Twitter, because I will tweet them. I've been doing that too. So.
Oh, they will be?
Yeah.
Well,
I've been
X or
throwing on
whatever
Twitter.
the fuck. Dude,
Whatever
I still
it
call
is.
it Twitter. It's so dumb that they changed that name.
Yeah. So, all right.
Check X. We'll put them on our story, too, on Instagram.
I don't want to do it, but I can't talk myself out of it.
All right, hit me.
49ers -7 at Cleveland. 49ers, closest game this year.
You don't want to do that?
No, I don't. 49ers' closest game this year has been a 7-point difference.
Yeah.
Every other game has been over 7 points.
Right.
The Cleveland Browns do have a top 5-6 defense in the league, but we said the same thing about Dallas. Look what they just did to Dallas. It feels like it's one of those games where it's like, all right, we're 5-0 on the year, been blowing everybody out. They might let up a little, or they might be a little too high after beating the Cowboys, and they might slip.
Right.
And even if they win, it might only be a field goal win or something like that.
Sure.
But
what are the odds for that?
I mean, it's -110. It's just a spread bet, so pretty standard, almost even money. But we're taking the 49ers -7.
I know you don't like it, but I like it.
Gotta ride it. I think the 49ers defense is another top 5 defense, maybe even top 3, maybe even the best defense in the league. And I don't really love the Browns' offense this year.
No.
I think Deshaun Watson has been a shell of himself still.
And injuries in the backfield.
The only receiver that looks like he's worth a damn is Amari Cooper, but if you can't get him the ball, who cares?
Yeah.
And like you just mentioned, their backfield is now in shambles.
Yeah.
So Niners -7.
Had a lot of hope coming in. That hope is fading fast. I like that. I'm pretty confident on that one. I like that. I'll be the confidence for you. How about that? I will be your confidence on that one.
I appreciate it. I am also going to, for the second week in a row. No, I'm not. I'm not taking that. I am going to take the Detroit Lions -3 against the Bucks.
Ooh.
The Bucks are coming off of a bye week. We don't know if Mike Evans is going to be back quite yet. Chris Godwin hasn't looked like what he once was. Baker Mayfield's been playing out of his damn mind.
Yeah.
But the Lions are so high-powered. They're top 3 team.
Lions are legit.
Top 3 team in the NFC. Got to be in the playoffs. I'm taking the Lions -3.
I liked it. I like that too.
I'm taking the Lions -3. Now it's at Tampa. And like I said, they are rested off of a bye week. And if Mike Evans is back, that's a big plus.
Changes things, but
The
whatever.
Lions are the Lions. And Amon-Ra St. Brown is more probable than he is questionable at this point. I know a lot of people are freaking out because he's got that Q by his name in fantasy apps.
Yeah.
He's fine. Read the reports, people. And I gotta do it because it's too low of a line not to.
Let's hear it.
Monday Night Football, baby. Dallas Cowboys -2 at the Chargers.
Oh.
-2 at the Chargers. I want to believe in the Chargers because I am not one of the people that says Justin Herbert is a social media quarterback. I think he is an elite level quarterback.
I do too.
And here's how I would argue that. Dak Prescott with receivers like CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper can't go out and get it done year after year.
Mm-hmm.
Other people lose, or other teams lose people to injuries, and you watch their quarterbacks fall off cliffs.
Yeah.
Without them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm trying. Oh God, who is the? I was literally just thinking about this before the show. I can't think of it. But my point is, Justin Herbert goes out there and still sets records for the age that he's at. Talking too fast.
Okay.
Goes out, sets records for the age group and in the quarterback position, with and without his receivers. Mike Williams goes down last year. Keenan Allen goes down last year.
Mm-hmm.
Still goes out in balls.
Yeah.
Austin Eckler and Mike Williams go down again this year. Still goes out in balls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's a hooper. He's doing his thing. But play calling hasn't been all that, which with Kellen Moore, it should be, and it will be. But the Chargers just don't look like what everyone hypes them up to be. Their defense doesn't look like it's that gassed up. Their offense has been playing in a lot of close games.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're just so injury prone. Like, they just can't get out of their own way. Bad luck after bad luck.
Well, yeah, and on the flip side
So
of
we're going
that,
with the Cowboys.
You've got the Cowboys that are coming off kind of an embarrassing week.
They're coming off an embarrassing week.
Dak needs
and the
to
week
prove.
before that, they got beat up by, or not the week before that, 2 weeks before that, right? They got beat up by the Cardinals or whatever. Yeah, 2 weeks before that.
Yeah.
They got beat up by the Cardinals.
They got to come out and make a statement.
They got to come out and make a statement.
They do.
They got
both sides of the ball. They
got
really do.
out. They were the 49ers were more physical. They were more aggressive. They were more dominant.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Cowboys are trying to. And Dak's really, like you just said, Dak's got a lot to prove.
Dak has a lot to prove, and this is the only reason that I say that.
People are saying Brock Purdy's better than you now, bro.
Well, I personally believe that, but that's why it's great, because it's an opinion.
Now.
So
yeah.
I just think
on
that
board.
Dak has been too interception heavy in his career, and which I know that there's stats that are going to say that I'm wrong, but that's just my opinion, because
His interception stats would say that you're wrong.
I know. That's what I mean. So I don't know. I've just never been like super bought in on Dak.
I don't even know that he makes. So, like last year, yes, you missed 6 games and you still led the league in interceptions. That's too many, obviously. But I mean, dude, quarterbacks like Josh Allen, like no one calls Josh Allen interception prone.
I mean, you're right.
no one
People
calls
are
Patrick,
this year.
No one
but
calls Patrick Mahomes or Peyton Manning interception prone, but they were. Like by the standard of which you're talking about Dak, like those guys are too. Now, how many of those interceptions are balls going through receiver hands into the defense, right? Like non-quarterback fault interceptions.
Right.
That's part of it. But dude, I think Dak's problem with the interceptions is he throws bad interceptions.
Well, yeah, and that was going to be my follow-up, was that I think that that's also part of it, is like
He's
the
not-
situation that it happens under is
Yeah.
always terrible.
He's not throwing interceptions, up by like I think Mahomes did this in a game last year. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he's done it every year. Up going into halftime, and you're getting the ball back, or you're not, or whatever. But up going into halftime, and it's the last few seconds of the second quarter, and you throw a Hail
just
Mary.
huck one.
Yeah, you throw a Hail Mary, and it gets intercepted in the end zone, but nothing comes of the interception. It's just a stat.
The repercussions
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Dak's throwing like check down interceptions or 15-yard interceptions.
Yeah.
Right? He's not throwing these 40-yard bomb interceptions like Josh Allen is, where he's trying to air it out to Diggs.
Where the defense can
down the field.
or recover, where your offense can then turn into defense and recover.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's so tough to watch.
Yeah.
I almost feel bad for the guy. I feel bad for Cowboys fans, I'll tell you that. It's another year of swearing by Dak and being let down.
Well, you think about it too. Up to this point, like up until like last week, the Cowboys defense, I think, has scored the majority of their points.
Yes.
So like that's another reason why I say Dak's got to come out and prove
That's
it.
the craziest
Because
part
it's
about
like,
this year is Dak has been. He either hasn't had to play offense and they win, or he's been asked to play offense and he's been fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And then they lose.
So he's got to come out and prove that offense can do some damage, do some good.
And then I've got 2 games on here that feel like trap games that I would tell people to stay away. The Chiefs versus the Broncos. Broncos have one of the worst defenses in the league. They are one of the worst teams in the league overall. But the line's minus 10.5. The Chiefs always play the Broncos close. The Chiefs are a team that plays down to their opponent. That's why you see them only beating the Jets by 3. That's why you see Patrick Mahomes getting out-dueled by Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Right? Like they play down. So they're not the best team against the spread. It is at Kansas City, so you do have that going for you. But 10.5 just feels like a lot. They're terrible against the spread in general. They're even worse when the spread is more than a touchdown. Like they are a bad more than a touchdown spread team. They are bad.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I know, and so like when I bet,
That's odd. That doesn't seem right.
Right? So, but that's why betting them 8.5 against the Jets felt like you were like, okay, this has to be the game where they do cover that spread.
Yeah.
And then they didn't. So I'm not taking them against the Broncos. And then I got another one, Vikings Bears. You want to take
Bears.
So it's Vikings at Chicago. Vikings are favored minus 2.5. If you're gonna bet this game, put your money on the Bears. Justin Jefferson's out. Justin Jefferson's out. The Vikings have a terrible defense. Not that the Bears is much better, but the Vikings have a terrible defense, and the Bears' offense is starting to looks like it's starting to click.
Yeah.
Right?
Justin
maybe
Fields has
maybe
been
it's a
playing better.
flash in the pan.
Yeah.
But he's had 2 big weeks connecting with Cole Kmet. He had DJ Moore for like 3 touchdowns and 1,000,000 fucking yards last week.
He just seems more free these last couple weeks. It seems like they're not really coaching him as much, and they're just like, go ball.
Yeah,
go do your thing. Because what we're doing is not fucking working.
They took the training wheels off.
Yeah.
But it's one of those games that could go either way. Like Minnesota's got to get a win. They have to.
Yeah.
Especially with Kirk Cousins on his last year of his contract.
Well, dude, the thing about Minnesota, too, the amount of like 1-score games they lost last year and the amount of 1-score games they've lost this year, it's like the same thing this year as last year, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, it's painful. If you're a Vikings fan, I feel for you. Kirk Cousins, I'm a big fan. Feel for you because you guys are losing close ones, man.
But yeah, it just feels like a trap game. Jefferson's on IR, and the Vikings are still favored to win. Something's not right there. It's sketchy.
Sketchy.
And like I said, the Bears are starting to look like they're clicking. So 49ers minus 7, Detroit minus 3, Cowboys minus 2. Lock it in. We're only going with 3 this week. Maybe,
there they are.
Maybe we'll cook up another a play or a teaser or something before Sunday, and we'll tweet that out too. But as of right now,
yeah, check the socials. We'll post that on our Instagram story. We'll post it on Threads and X as well. So we'll get everything uploaded for you guys so you can see it if you are following along. Yeah, no, I like those. I think those are good.
And I want to go on record and say this: Dallas Cowboys, you lose this game, and I will not put a single dollar on you ever again. You lose this game, you're on the do not bet list.
You heard it here first, folks.
You lose this game to the Chargers, and you're on the do not bet list. Actually, hold on. There's one way that you lose this game, and I still will bet on you. If it's a good loss. If Justin Herbert goes out there and has 5 passing touchdowns, and, Chargers put up 30-plus points, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Dallas goes out there and puts up 25 to 28 points, and their offense was scoring. It's not just the defense.
Not the defense,
Okay, I'll keep you on the slips. But if you go out there and you have a bad loss, you're done.
Offense has got to figure it out.
You're done, and you will absolutely have zero belief to be successful in the playoffs at that point. Because right now the question is, oh, yeah, they're going to make the playoffs. Cool, to make the conference finals. Can they beat the Niners? That's the question. Right now, probably not.
Mm-mm.
But, shit, you might not even be able to beat the Eagles. They've been playing bad football all year, and they've won every game.
Yeah, crazy, huh?
-7 against the Jets. At New York.
Ooh.
Spicy.
That is spicy.
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 Oh.
All right. Good picks.
Thank you.
Good picks.
Thank you.
I like those a lot, actually.
We're hoping to go up big here and be 12-6 against the spread, and then be fucking 15-9 all in. It'd be phenomenal.
That's wild.
It'd be big time.
All right, so we're going to transition from football to this. So on our Instagram, on like the little note thing, whenever you're like in the DMs or whatever, and you can like leave a note and then people reply back to it,
Yeah.
I put up a couple weeks ago on our note, and I said, what is the worst date you've ever been on? And we got some really good responses. Now, I'm not going to air anything out because, like, we got good responses, got some good stories.
Name drop.
Yeah, I'm not going to name drop. I'm not even going to put them out there as, like, anonymous stuff.
Name drop.
No.
Okay.
The reason I bring this up is because I want to ask you the same question.
Oh, shit.
I'm putting you in the hot seat now. So what is, and I had a couple different things to pick from my notes, but we're going with this because I feel like this could get.
The worst first date?
Just worst date. Doesn't have to, well, maybe I put first. So whether it's a first date, whether it's a worst date, like, you can pick. Let me actually see here. Let me see if I can find.
I might have to think about this for a sec.
No, you're fine. Think while I look, because I gotta see what one of these responses was to see what my thing was.
Date.
Where is it? Ignore. Like, you gotta have one, right? I feel like everybody's got just like not if it's not a horror story, just like a bad one, you know?
I mean, I've got moments from like events, but I remember me and my ex that I was with during Debrava's wedding, like, we argued that night, and that sucked, but I don't know that that's like I don't know if you call that a bad date.
It counts as a date.
That was a stupid argument too. My bad, homegirl. That was all me. Nah, for real, bro.
Hey, that's maturity right there. Owning up to it.
Man.
Took you a couple years.
Yeah.
Slow growth better than no growth. You know what I mean? Cut bang.
Damn. Bad date.
And I wasn't trying to like softball pitch anything. Like, I was.
I know.
I saw that thing come up, or I saw that memory come up, or whatever.
I can't really, off the top of my head, we'll revisit this maybe, but I can't think of any like specific bad dates. But I can give you the worst horror story of an ex-girlfriend that I have. It's not a direct date. It's just like the way the relationship ended.
Okay.
So
I mean, if you want to tell it, go for it.
Yeah, this is hilarious.
All right.
I was dating at the beginning of my senior year. I was dating my high school lacrosse coach's sister, and she and I, we were together like 4 months at best. So it wasn't like a long relationship, but it wasn't anything crazy serious.
Right.
Just a little fling thing. And she's 2 years younger than me, so she was a sophomore and I was a senior. So there's a little bit of maturity gap there, but like that's nothing crazy in high school. Seniors date sophomores all the time. And at the end of the relationship, she had made up these fictional people like literally made them up.
Okay.
And maybe they were names of people that she actually knew, but the stories that she told were made up, and the people in the stories didn't exist, or at least not in reality.
Okay.
And one of them was an abusive ex, and another person was an abusive ex's mom, and another one was some other dude that she was just friends with through this abusive ex.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, man. So this guy, his name's Travis, and not Kelsey, and he
and this is the fake
ex.
Okay, all right.
And would still like text her all the time and like call her and make threats, blah blah blah, right? So she tells me at the end of the relationship that she's pregnant, like as we're in the midst of breaking up, and I was like, okay, you're not. Like, I know for a fact where I've been shooting, and it's not inside of you, so that's crazy.
Oh my God. Okay.
And I take her to McDonald's after school one day, and she's like, what are we doing here? And I was like, oh, I wanted to bring you to a bathroom where you'd have some privacy. Here's 2 pregnancy tests. Go take a piss. Comes back, both of them negative. She's not pregnant. Drop her off. We're broken up. Like, see you never.
Yeah.
Got the answer. And I get a call from her later that same week talking about she was over at Travis's house hanging out with his mom because she picked her up to go shopping or something like that. And I was like, bro, what the all right, okay. And Travis punched me in my stomach, and I had a miscarriage, and I pissed out some thick gray liquid. That's an alien. Hey, you got bit by an alien, and that's what that is. Or you're lying. One of the two. She proceeds to take this to Twitter.
Oh, boy.
She didn't just make a tweet, brother. She posted pictures of
what?
grave that she had made with a wooden cross and some flowers under some tree for this baby. Rosie, my dead daughter. R.I.P., baby girl. And
how have I never heard this before?
so, hold on. I'm sure you have just in bits and pieces and like random
This
jokes.
is all like totally new.
So she keeps this going for forever. And it gets to the point where she's like talking about it in school to teachers, to other kids.
Oh, boy.
And one of the kids on the lacrosse team who was a freshman, and he kind of looked up to me. I was a senior. He thought it'd be funny, unprompted by me, to make flyers. He traced his hand, and in the hand wrote, "Stop tearing 2K17, hashtag justice for Hop's baby." Put these flyers all over people's lockers.
Oh, my God.
I thought it was
my
the funniest fucking thing ever.
Oh, my God, that's savage.
Until I got called to the dean's office, and Taryn's in there crying, and Cooper's in there with his head down. Shit, I just name dropped him. Oops. And
I'll bleep him out. I'll bleep him out.
It doesn't matter. And yeah, and I had to sit down and explain what was going on. Nothing ever came of it. No one ever got in real trouble. Cooper may have gotten a detention or something, but like, dude, yeah.
The fact that
The
kid went to
weirdest-
bat for you
and-
like that, unprompted.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
It was the best. Shut her down real quick, and then she transferred schools the next year. And here's the best part.
That whole story is nuts.
She proceeded to tell people at the
next school?
That's next school, and kept this going. I don't know if she still does, but kept it going for years to come. And like would talk about Rosie and would make tweets about this like year after year. Like today's the anniversary when I lost my.
So then, do you think that she was just genuinely convinced, or do you think that she was like just keeping this up?
I don't know. So here's the thing.
Because I don't want to dive into that psychosis, but like
it's got to be one of those things where like you've lied to yourself about it so much that you're starting to believe it. Yeah, right. And it's going to be one of those things that she maybe one day just like straight up misremembers and fully wholeheartedly believes it's the truth. But here's how I know it's all a lie.
Jesus.
All of her friends who I met her through we're not friends with her like the next year. And they all told me that the dude that she was telling me about is not a real person.
Was fake.
And like when she would tell me, because like she would do she would tell me this sometimes to like try and make me jealous, like that she was out with him or that she like got calls from him and text from him. Some of the girls that she was friends with like would straight up tell me like, dude, I was with her last night. Like, no, she was not with this dude. This dude doesn't exist. There's no Travis whatever. And she also told me one night that she was with one of her travel soccer teammates and something went down. So I was like, whatever. DM'd her travel soccer teammate and I was like, hey, like, are you with Taryn? And she was like, who? And I said, Taryn, no. Last name, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, no, like, no. Like, I know her. Like, we've played soccer together, but no, like, we don't hang out. She's never been to my house. I've never been to her house.
Yeah.
And I was just like, bro, like, what am I doing here? What? This is the worst. So yeah, that is like, that is the worst relationship I've ever been in. And I like, you know, no knock to you. You were young, stupid, but like, yeah, that's the worst one. That one's the worst. That was bad.
Yeah, I don't know. We've been friends for a long time. Don't know how I've never heard that one. That one, that's gnarly.
Yeah.
That's goofy. Gnarly. I kind of regret asking you that question, actually.
Well, I got a question for you. We'll change topics real quick.
Oh, shit. I don't like where this is going, dude.
If I woke up with no memory of who I was, where I was, or what was going on in the world.
Oh, I'm having fun with you.
What would you tell me? What would you tell me?
Nothing.
Fuck? You just not talk?
I just wouldn't tell you anything. I'd just make you rebuild from square one and see if you ended up being the same person that you were before.
Yeah, but I'm like, what's my name?
Jerry. I mean, we're starting from square one, dog. Like, square 0, 0 is where we're starting at.
How do you spell Jerry?
Jerry.
Oh, you see, you could have totally just made me autistic off the bat.
Oh, I could have made you just absolutely fucked up.
You could have been like,
I could have been like, it's KLOPQT, and you'd be like, Jerry. That is my name. KLOTPQT. Jerry.
Yeah. What would you tell me is going on in the world? Like, okay, before you walk out that door out there, that you need to know this.
Before you walk out that door right there, I need you to know that's not oxygen, and if you walk out that door, bad things are going to happen. So you have to stay in this room. The only reason that I can leave is because I was fitted at birth with a breathing apparatus that allows me to breathe whatever type of toxic bullshit's going on out there.
So you just keep me in the house.
Oh, dude.
Forever. I'd be your little pet.
I don't know about pet, but you'd be my little experiment.
I need new friends.
Oh, man.
No, honestly, that's the kind of friend you want. That's the kind of friend
I would totally
awesome.
fuck with you, though. I'd fuck with you up into a point, and then there would hit a point where I'd be like, okay, this is make or break here. Either I tell them that dinosaurs are still out there, or I don't, and like whatever the case. And then I'd come clean about everything. I'd be like, look here. We've been friends for like 8 years. Your name's not Jerry, spelled KTLOPQT. Like, it's Eric
the
Hopkins.
The fact that you've remembered the KLOTP, whatever you just said.
I think I've said it different every time. I don't know. Replay it. Check it. But, yeah, I'd be like, no. You're Eric Hopkins. Everybody calls you Hop. This is actually your dog. It's not my dog.
Damn, you'd steal my dog? Oh, man.
I wouldn't steal him. He'd be with you because he wasn't fitted at birth with the oxygen thingy that I was.
At least I'd be traveling with the dog.
So you'd be chilling.
You'd claim ownership of my dog, though.
I'd also force you to like learn how to play an instrument so that we could
start a band.
Yeah,
that might be okay.
So you can play him in my band with me.
That might be okay.
Yeah,
I might be able to learn quicker.
Maybe blank slate.
Yeah,
it's like the mind of an infant.
It's like that episode of SpongeBob. Forgot everything but breathing and fine dining.
Yeah. Except you wouldn't know fine dining either. You just know
still, I don't know fine dining now.
Well, maybe you would then. Maybe you'd gain something.
I think I would tell you. I'd be like, yeah, clothes aren't socially acceptable outside. Like you can't wear clothes outside.
Nice. You just have me walk around naked.
Send you outside naked and lock the door behind you.
Oh boy, That's actually arguably worse than what I would do to you. That's some demon shit right there. You're like, nope, see ya, kick. You're out.
You see that school over there?
No. I'd just make you terrified of the world. I'd be like, this guy's not, he's going to be a little bubble boy by the time I'm done with him.
You'd wake up and you'd be like, oh, what happened? I'd be like, Oedipus. Your mom's waiting for you.
Oh.
You'd be like, huh?
I'd be like, what's that? You're like, here, read this. It's your life's memoir. And I'm like, what? Get done with it. And I'm just throwing up.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, great. Nice to know we both fuck with each other. Nice to know that there'd be at least like 2-3 months of...
I'd tell you don't know your dad.
Oh, God. You give me your life?
Yeah, and I'd just tell you that your dad is my dad.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I don't want it. This game's not fun anymore. I wonder how like,
I'd tell you that you were like a 3rd grade wrestling teacher or something. And I'd make you...
3rd grade wrestling teacher.
Yeah, and I'd make you show up to an elementary school in a singlet and headgear ready to go. Like, get in there, teach those kids a thing or two today.
Is this before or after you made me learn wrestling? Because I don't know the first thing about fucking wrestling. So do I go in just not knowing anything and I'm trying to teach 3rd graders how to wrestle?
I'd teach you like 3 moves, and I'd teach you the moves that look the most sexual.
All right, moving on. I was going to say...
I'd make you spladle a 3rd grader.
I don't know what that is. I don't want to know what that is.
And then I'd tell the cop, I'd be like, hey, Ashton Kutcher told him to do it. He's on Punk'd.
Oh, man.
Hit
They're under so much fire right now. That's
cameras
so
are
bad.
right there. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, officer. My bad.
Oh.
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 I'd be like, he's so on the spectrum. How'd you get out of the house? Come here.
Oh no, this is just a dumpster fire. this is hot garbage.
Get back over here.
This is just going from bad to worse.
Come here, little scamp.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I was going to ask before you went off on that little tangent. Who do you think out of the people that we know, like whether it be like Hanover people, whatever, like as our friends, who do you think would actually be honest and like and fill you in on everything that you are, who you are, what you do, what you missed, who your friends are?
Trackman.
Yeah.
Because he'd be all philosophical and he'd be like, no, you could mess him up for life. And he'd be thinking of like all these existential crises that he'd put you through if he told you the wrong thing. Yeah. And his conscience would be like, do the right thing.
Yeah. That's exactly who I thought of.
Whereas me, I would tell you the wrong pronouns.
Yeah, obviously you and I are just messing each other up.
I'd be like, your pronouns are not he, him, she, her. Nope. Your pronouns are dog, cat.
Your pronoun is lamp and basket. Pick one.
Pick one.
You only get one. I'm handing you 2. You only get one.
I would tell you that you're not physically capable of using both hands at once. I think that'd be the physical disability I'd give you. I'd put that mental block in your head and just convince you that you can't. I'd be like, if you close your left hand, you can't close your right hand. And you'd be like...
Or I would, and then I'd start freaking out because I'd think there was something wrong with me.
I'd be like, stop, undo them both. You're going to explode. You're going to combust. Stop.
You're going to blow up.
Yeah, dude.
It'll go straight to your thighs.
All right.
And then you'll blow up.
I got a couple, like, intrusive thoughts that I need to just get off my chest.
God, please don't. Keep them in.
You know what I really don't like?
What?
When someone tells me unnecessary details.
Oh, I know. I think a lot of people, if anybody knows you, I think that they know that.
Hey.
It's all in the eyes, Chico. They never lie.
If I ask you what you're doing at 6 o'clock and you start telling me about what you're doing from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., I'm going to hang up on you or I'm going to walk away from you because it's annoying.
You realize you're just giving me ammo, right?
Sure.
Okay.
But it's annoying. It's really stupid. I don't like it. That smile on your face, don't like that either. Okay?
I do.
I do.
Bare your soul to me.
You know what else I don't like?
What?
When people spell their names wrong.
Spell their own names wrong?
Yeah. Saw a girl. Well, I mean, I assume it's the right spelling. It's that's how their mom spelled it for them.
Oh, you mean unconventional spellings?
Yeah, but like wrong unconventional. Like Megan is not Maygan. In any universe, in any language That's not
Megan.
Megan. No, it's No, it's not Megan. Because
It's
you know what?
Megan.
You know what makes the sound meh? M-E.
You're right. Megan is
Like
M-A-Y-G-A-N.
M-E-G-H-A-N. Megan. Fine. If you want to do the H-A, like in your name, right? Like with Keaghan. If you want to do that, fine.
Yeah,
whatever.
Keaghan.
Whatever. But Megan, like, shut up. I'm calling you May.
Yeah.
And Eric, I'm one of them. I don't use the name, but I know how to spell it. And it's not E-R-I-Q.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Is that unconventional or is that wrong?
That's just, yeah, no, that's bad.
Yeah, that's
all
that's a
bad.
mom who didn't go to school.
Oh,
And
man.
now she's made her kid look like an idiot for the rest of his life.
Oh, man. E-R-I-Q.
Yeah.
That's just bad.
Yeah, man.
Eric. Eric. Eric.
Dude, it's it's so annoying.
It's just, it sounds like a
Grinds
noise.
my
It
gears,
doesn't even
dude.
sound like a name.
And this doesn't really grind my gears, but it baffles me.
What's that?
Someone made a monopoly on grass and mulch.
Excuse me?
Someone
Like a life-size Monopoly board? Oh.
there it is. Someone's selling grass.
No, I see. Yes,
Seeds.
I get it now.
Like not even grown grass, just seeds.
Yeah.
They're selling you the idea of grass. Because if you don't do it right, you ain't gonna have no grass.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck, bro?
They're selling you potential grass.
So hold on. What? And like same with mulch. Like I'm just gonna I'm just gonna sand down this log and all these wood chipping shavings. Like instead of just leaving them, when we bag them up and sell them, tell people to put it around their flower bed. Why? So they can step on it and get splinters? Sure. Like what?
So we can infuse it with manure,
Yeah, bro. Like
make it fertile.
we can fucking put pesticides in it and kill them slowly. Great. But with the whole grass thing, man, what's a product? Or, yeah, it's got to be a product. Can't be a service. What's a product that we can invent and sell, but there's room for error in it in the sense that, like, if it doesn't work out, we can totally pin it on the buyer.
Well, the motherfuckers that made Chia Pet, I mean, they did it.
I know, right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like,
and they probably did it the best because, like,
plants and grass. Like if it doesn't grow right, like it's not our fault. We gave you the right product. You just didn't take care of it right.
you know how many Chia Pets came out that didn't ever grow? Had to have been so many, dude. So many. Those things are, in my opinion,
what
those things
can
are harder than shit to get to grow.
So what can we do? What fussing? What hasn't been done yet?
I mean, we could sell chickens. Potential food. No, that's not a good one. That's not a good one. I was thinking live chickens, and then they have to, like, slaughter them themselves, but that's not a good one. That's not a good one.
Yeah, that was.
We're going to throw that one out forever.
Moving on from that one.
Give me the trash bin real quick. Give me the trash bin. Yep, that one's gone. That one's gone.
All right.
I need time to think on that one if we're going to do it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that at a later date. If you guys have any ideas, send them in. Don't do them yourself. Give them to us. Let us get rich, and you just live your measly little lives. Be a Sandy forever. Sandbox to the moon. Be a Sandy.
To the moon.
You got anything else? Because I got a little NBA talk.
Yeah, actually, speaking of the moon.
Fuck.
that was
We're going
like-
to talk about space.
Yeah, that was like a perfect segue, actually, that wasn't planned. So I read a report. I think it was actually yesterday that I read it. So NASA is planning to build houses on the moon by 2040.
I thought you were going to say you're so much closer. But hold on, time out.
2040, dude? That's
Houses on the moon. I know we'll be alive for it. It's only 16 years away, whatever.
it's not that far.
Right, but I thought you were going to be like 2028.
Well, here,
And
put it
then,
in perspective for you.
holy shit.
Like, the last time the Celtics won a banner was 15 years ago. So we just have to wait that time again. Dun, dun, dun! Yeah. Yeah. I hate it here. Anyway, NASA plans to build homes on the moon by 2040. What do you think about that? You buying one? If in a world you have the funds, like whatever you have to even buy a home on the moon, you doing it?
I mean, if I have the funds, yes. But I have so many other questions before we get to that. Second of all, well, first, most importantly, in regards to buying, how would I buy it? Because the moon, are we using U.S. dollars up there?
I mean, we have to.
Or do we come up with a galactic dollar now? Like what?
Just credits. Just start calling them credits.
Like
call them
gargalons.
That would be. Ooh, I like that.
Gargle on these nuts.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I walked right into that one, dude. Oh, that was good. I should have seen it coming. God,
Yeah.
It sounded so good for a galactic currency, though. Jesus.
You like that one, huh?
Yeah.
You like gargling on these nuts?
No, but I like that term for the galactic credit. I do. I hate to say it, but that's a really great term for the galactic
You
credit.
got twice today on air. Once by yourself.
Yeah, bro. Hey, it happens, man. It happens. Sometimes it happens.
I
you know?
needed this after yesterday. I needed this.
I'm sure you did.
Okay.
I'm sure you did.
But yeah, and then secondly, so NASA, we're going to put those up there. Great. What is the rest of the world going to say about hey, America, you think you can just go claim the moon and put houses on it? Like, I'm sure Russia's going to have something to say about this.
Mm.
I bet that construction crew rocket has a chance of getting shot at.
Probably.
Like, dude, what?
Yeah, it's going to be...
How are we going to get
I
the
don't
parts up there? Is it going to be brick and mortar homes? Are these going to be siding with shingles?
I don't know,
Or,
dog.
like solar shingles?
No idea. There's no way that they can do
solar
that.
Shingles.
There's no way that they can do that. They're gonna have to build it like they build the space station, but they're just gonna have to put it on the moon.
How'd they build the space station?
Just like a bunch of fucking metal and a whole bunch of other materials that I don't know. But
Yeah,
it's not like
did they build
traditional
it up-
houses.
They built it up in space, right? Or did they build it on Earth and
I'm
then
sure
launch
that-
it with rockets or something?
The space station?
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know
sure
how
that
that
they
went.
probably had some assembly required in space. I'm sure.
That's
I don't think
so
that you can
insane.
launch an entire space station into space created.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm speculating here, and my deductive reasoning tells me that you can't take
Yeah.
an entire space
But
station.
how do you
and
build in space? That's so crazy, dude. Space is wild.
Well, riddle me this one, Batman. Is everybody? Well, you're not Batman. Actually, we discussed that already.
I'm better. I'm actually more elite.
Are they gonna are they just gonna dome communities? Can't breathe. Is everybody gonna be walking around in
No,
spacesuits?
They're gonna terraform it.
You're gonna what now?
Terraform.
Just
Plant trees. Make the
the moon does not
create-
have an
create-
atmosphere, buddy.
They're gonna create one. Just like they were gonna terraform Mars and make it a suitable place for humans. Like they're gonna have to do that on the moon.
Can we do that? Is that a thing?
I mean,
I feel like if you put a tree on the moon without there already being
no, it's okay. It's not as simple as just straight up planting a fucking tree, dude. No.
Well, no, I
But,
get
like, you
that,
have
but like
to-
you would have to dome it to begin
You're
with,
gonna have to double,
and
you're
then
gonna have to
pump
dome
oxygen
something
in.
off, bubble it off.
because if not, then everybody's gonna have to own a spacesuit.
Or these houses are gonna be like locked, airtight, and you're just like you said, not gonna be able to leave unless you go out in a spacesuit.
So yeah, it's either that. It's either they put a dome over it, over that neighborhood or that livable section, or everybody has spacesuits.
This is gonna. Ugh.
Mind-boggling, right?
I feel like I'm gonna have a billion other things to worry about by 2040.
Oh yeah.
And then they're gonna drop the bomb like first house on the moon, and the world is going to break. Everyone's gonna lose their minds, and I'm just gonna be there like, great.
Well, also,
How do I pay a light bill on the moon?
you kind of touched on it. How is one country gonna lay claim to the moon whenever one country can't even lay claim to Antarctica?
Ha! Well,
You know what I
that's
mean?
because Antarctica, that's same as the moon. Like you physically can't live there.
But there's
Um,
people that do. Like there's people that like government officials that live down there, like all the secret projects that go on down there in Antarctica. Like there's people that are inhabiting Antarctica. Like granted, it's not like communities like you see here, like neighborhoods
Yeah.
and
So
shit.
hold on, time out. In Antarctica, since it's like technically it's, for lack of better words here, it's its own country.
It is,
Right.
but it has like other countries have a percentage of.
I know. So what are the laws there? What's the
No
currency
clue.
there? What's the government?
No
And
idea.
then how are we gonna what are we gonna do to the moon? That's why I think I think we're a lot closer to reaching a world government than people think.
Oh,
Like I don't know that we're necessarily like close, but I think we're closer. I think it's very on the board.
How many years?
Maybe 2040, maybe 15 years.
Okay, so that's a lot closer than what I was thinking.
That's what I'm saying. But like that's the only way
was
you
thinking,
get
like,
up to the moon.
200. Like, because think
Before a world government?
yeah, because think about it. Think about where the world was 200 years ago,
Yeah.
and think about where we are now. We have only had computers since the 90s.
Yeah.
In terms of world civilization, we are but cavemen.
Bro, but with all these fucking like, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, please don't. But like all these, peace, love, LMNOP community stuff. Like, I don't know. I like the way that these younger generations are coming up, and even people in our generation, like most of our generation, it's like everyone is just so sick of the fighting and the war and this and that. I don't think it's gonna be that easy to stop. When maybe 15 years isn't like, maybe we don't have a total set in stone, like one unified world government, but I think it will be a lot more unified than it is now in 15 years. I think there will be some form of universal world government where like this law is the same no matter what country you go to, no matter what state you're in, no matter what. Like I think we're closer to that than anything.
Well, I feel like that's already a thing. I mean, that's kind of why NATO exists.
I mean, yeah, like
government.
obviously you can't fucking go to a different country and just murder someone. Like murder's illegal wherever you go, right? Yeah, cool. But like, I don't know, world currency. Maybe we're closer to that. Maybe we're not. I don't know.
The thing that
I don't
I'm
keep up with
terrified of on the topic of world currency is a social currency like China is setting up, has already set up,
What is
where
that?
your social current like it's like that. It's a kind of terrifyingly close to that episode of Black Mirror, where like your social credit score, and that is what dictates like China can just shut down your bank account.
So it's like popularity thing.
Yeah,
basically.
they can just shut it down. If you're somebody that is like speaking out against the government or XYZ, name something, they can just go in and be like, no, we don't like this.
You don't have money anymore, and then you're just like
Cut.
and then you're homeless and
Cut.
yeah. But that's why we'll never allow like dictatorships and stuff like that.
Yeah, but then how did like I don't know. I don't know. There's so many questions. So many questions that spur from making houses on the moon. So many rabbit holes to go down.
Yeah, man. I don't for a second. There's no way that Putin has nothing to say about this.
No.
That man hates us.
He hates everything.
He is going.
Except Russia.
You're going to build a house on the moon. So are we. Like that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
Oh,
like
you're going
how,
in 2040. 2038. That's us.
I don't get it. I don't understand how it's all going to play out. It's weird. It's even weird to like think about that is on NASA's radar. No pun intended. But that it's actually like on their radar of things to do. It's like, yeah, we're going to put homes on the moon.
Well, I mean, we gotta
me?
gotta get off Earth. We're literally obliterating this planet.
Well, yeah, that is true. That is true.
So,
or you know,
I think it's just.
Instead of moving, we could just do the things that we need to do to reverse as much damage as possible.
I think
but that would be too
more
logical.
impressive that we've got this technology so fast. Like the rate at which technology is advancing these days. Holy shit!
It's wild.
How much longer until you think AI is totally self-sufficient?
I hope never, because then we're gonna be looking at a Skynet situation.
I mean,
like in fucking Terminator.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we're gonna get launched into a Terminator war.
You think you think robots and tech will be the demise of humanity?
Yeah.
Do you think it will be
100%?
Do you think it will be by our hand though? Like, do you think we will be using technology to kill each other, or do you think technology is going to turn on us and kill us, and it'll be man against machine?
Well, we're already using the technology to kill each other. I mean, drone warfare is something that
I know.
nobody ever thought. And even
in
in the 40s, like when they made the atom bomb, like.
So do you think that'll continue and that'll be how it goes, or do you think it'll get to a point where technology is so advanced that it
No, it'll turn.
gains consciousness?
It'll turn. And it's as much as like take whatever you want from Marvel. Might be geared towards little kids, might not be, like, whatever. Don't care what your opinion on it is, but the thing that they got right, one of the few things that I think they absolutely nailed on the head is Ultron. I think they absolutely nailed it.
It's so scary.
I think they nailed it.
Dog, that's why I'm, like, the smartest thing in my house is a fucking iPhone and an air fryer.
I seriously think they nailed it, though. I really do. I think that is something that could definitely happen in the foreseeable future, whether it be towards the end of the 2000s and you start approaching like the 2100s. I don't know. I don't know how long it'll take, because you think about how far AI's come in the last couple years, and to the point where AI is now integrated onto Snapchat. It's ChatGPT can do entire reports for you. It can write full algorithms to get through firewalls. It can do literally whatever you want, because ChatGPT is not supposed to like allow you to have like an automated business per se. But there are coders that have had ChatGPT write them a code so that they can do automated business and just be making money, and ChatGPT is their little work slave. So like, yeah, it's gonna happen.
How am I not smart enough to figure that out?
I don't know. I'm not either.
Like,
that's why we're doing this.
Do I just get on ChatGPT and say, give me an algorithm for and insert whatever I want an algorithm
No,
for?
it took them like a shit ton of time to do it.
Okay.
Like, relative to how long
Rats.
you just said it was, exponentially longer than that.
Great.
But they did do it, and they finally got a code written, and they were able to surpass firewalls on a certain program to automate a business, which you weren't supposed to be able to do, or something like that. It was something along those lines.
That is fucked.
So yeah, I think that the Ultron thing is probably the scenario that we, as a race, will find ourselves in.
Great.
And then once we're at that point,
and
we don't have Iron Man.
I was gonna say we're screwed. We don't have the Avengers.
Yeah, we're totally screwed. It could take one look at, because objectively, right? Like, you look at the stuff that's going on in the world right now, it's fucked. Like, there's a lot of messed up shit. So a third party, completely bipartisan to our feelings and who and what we are as humans, could look at that and be like, oh yeah, all this is terrible. And then you throw in the thing, like you said, about they're killing the Earth and all this stuff, and it's like, well, the Earth's got to continue. If the Earth doesn't continue and all this stuff starts going bad, then that's catastrophic for the cosmos and yada yada. So I've got to do what's best for the universe. There go humans.
Yeah. Well, that, and
just because it's unbiased.
They would be able, like, Ultron, for lack of a better...
Yeah, we'll just call it Ultron. Yeah.
Let's say Ultron just hacks into all the nuclear launch codes across the world and just nukes the whole Earth. It's not like he needs... like
he'll survive in the ether.
Yeah, I was going to say, he doesn't need the...
Just like Ultron did in the movie. He'll survive in the ether.
Yeah. He doesn't need nuclear...
You can't kill the mind. You can only kill the physical body at that point.
Phew, that's so...
Because the mind is just, will then be ingrained into all tech.
Yeah, my grandpa's a big believer in, like, you can't put the soul into the machine, so he's super against, like, the brain chip stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like
the Neuralink that Elon's doing, like, he doesn't like that?
Yeah, well, so he likes it to some degree, to the extent of, like, if it was, like a... You remember X-Men?
Mm-hmm.
Professor X, his stinking cap or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
His cerebral hat.
Yeah.
If it was something like that, where it, like, enhanced brain activity and brain power while you're working and something like that, he's all for that, right? But if it's a literal chip that goes inside your brain and your consciousness is supposed to be on that, and then when your physical body decays and gets degraded, you can upload your consciousness into a new body of some sort, he doesn't believe in that. He's like, you can't put the soul into the machine. He's a big believer in that. And I think there's some truth in that. I think you could probably, where there's a will, there's a way. You could probably put my consciousness into a robot, and it would be me just in a robot body. But it wouldn't be me 100% because
there's only one
the
you.
Soul.
It's
right?
like the cloning. It's like cloning too. Like, it's not the same as cloning, but with clones too, it's like, yeah, they all have one parent specimen, whatever it is, human, rat, whatever. But then that clone, even though it has the same makeup, I think that it mentally and like spiritually with the soul, however you want to look at it, would operate differently than the original.
If you could, would you want to be put into a robot? Like, let's say you die at 85, natural causes, lived a happy, healthy life, would you want to be put into and like you'd regain all your youth, but you keep all your knowledge, whatever. Would you want to be put into a new body and live for another 70, 80 years or whatever?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I think I'd try it.
I really don't know.
I think I'd want to try it because I have a hard time
That
believing.
takes away. Well, sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. Sorry. I'm thinking out loud.
I have a hard time believing that I'm ever going to be ready to die.
Sure.
So I think I'd at least try it. And then maybe, or like, the only way I could see myself being like just straight up ready to die is if I'm old and decrepit and all my friends and family are just gone. Like,
Sure.
I don't even have a dog anymore, bro. Just, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a hard one. I seriously don't know.
It's crazy.
I can't answer that because I genuinely do not know.
Crazy to think about.
Do not know what I would do. All right. Well, let's get off a little. That totally took a turn. Crazy what thinking about homes on the moon does.
You got something about like jets and flying cars or something?
I did, but we'll save that.
All right, cool. No flying cars today.
Nah, no flying cars today.
Last bit. We'll
No
try
Jetsons.
We'll try and make it quick. So did you take a look at that picture of the Boston lineup that I sent you?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll throw it up on the screen here for the people. But it's basically comparing the lineup of Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis to the lineup of Rajon Rondo, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett. Give me your thoughts on that as a Celtics fan, and then I'll let mine rip.
As a Celtics fan, I can see where they're drawing the comparisons from because we discussed this very, very minimally yesterday, but as a fan, we haven't had a team come close to the talent level that championship team had. This is the closest that we have come. Now, I don't see Drew Holiday being able to fill the shoes that Rajon Rondo had put in place because they're different players.
Okay.
Rondo was an assist machine. He was a rebound machine. He was fantastic facilitator.
Okay.
Was his defense that great? From my memory and from my recollection, not really. Smaller guard. He did well, but he wasn't like Drew Holiday when it comes to defense. Drew Holiday has very good defense. So I think that the roles of each of these players that you would be comparing is different. So it makes it hard for me to compare. Like I said, I do think that this is the best team that we've had in 15 years that could compare to them. But, you know, if you're going to compare Porzingis to KG, just stop. Just stop. Kristaps as dominant of a player as he could be, number one, I don't think we've seen enough of him because he's fought through injuries, and then he fought through the off-court stuff that held him up from playing.
He's been in the league since 2015. He's played 8 seasons. Well, he's played 7 because he didn't play in 18-19. And he's since he got traded from New York to Dallas, his seasons have been 57 games, 43 games, 51 games, 34 games, 17 games, 65 games.
Yeah, no.
So last year...
Nope. Cannot compare Porzingis to KG, if that's the comparison that they're drawing, which I'm sure that's what they are.
Yeah, no, for sure. They're lined up in the picture, and we'll flash it on the screen here, but they're lined up.
Yeah, the only one that you can probably draw the closest comparison to, the only pair, is who do they have? Turn your laptop just a smidge.
Paul Pierce and JT.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Yep.
That's the only one.
Yep.
Their games are pretty similar. They both had the ball in their hands a lot. Both were good at defense, probably comparatively good at defense, like to each other.
I would venture to say that Tatum's a better defender.
You think so? All right, I'll sit with that.
I think he's at least more talented.
Yeah, I'll sit with
defensively.
that. But yeah, I think that the roles that each of them play are different than the perspective, like point guard to point guard. Like they're skill sets, I should say, not their roles, but their skill sets are different, which then gives them a different role on the team. So do I think that it's the most talent? 100%. Do I think that it's a fair comparison to compare Kristaps to KG? Not at all. Do I think that the comparison for Ray Allen to Jaylen Brown is there? In some ways, yes. Some ways, no. You know, I mean, Ray Allen couldn't handle the ball as well as Jaylen, in my opinion.
I don't even know if Jaylen Brown can really handle the ball.
Okay, well then we'll differ there. I mean, he does turn over a lot. I'll say that he does. He's a little turnover heavy. But yeah, no, I can't just make 1-to-1 comparisons except for JT and Paul Pierce, really.
So, as a Celtics fan, this would have pissed me the fuck off. Because just as an NBA fan, it really, like, it got to me.
That team was so dominant in 2008. They were
Drew
so
Holiday, I'd venture to say that's the second closest comparison, him and Rondo, because both of them solid defensively. Drew Holiday's top 3 defensive player in the league.
Oh, yeah.
He's maybe the best defensive guard in the league. I think most of the players have voted him as that.
Mm-hmm.
The point about Kevin Garnett and Kristaps Porzingis, KG and KP, like that's the one that people should have the biggest issue with.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
No.
Kristaps is not anything close to the defensive player that KG is. He's probably more talented offensively, especially in today's game, being able to stretch the floor like that. Last year was his best statistical year. He shot 39% from 3. He shot 50% from the floor. He had averaged 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. You know, he's got a couple more years where he averaged more points, but like only by 2. I lied. He averaged 23 points last year. I was looking at the wrong year. So that was his highest points average. It was not his highest rebound average, and he's only had 1 year where he averaged a higher 3-point percentage, and that was his 3rd year in New York as a Knick. And that was the last time I remember Kristaps Porzingis being like a wow factor player, was when he was in New York.
Yep.
All his time in Dallas, and even when he was in Toronto, and then when he went to Washington, like I don't know if he just was out of it and didn't have the enthusiasm to play, but he wasn't the same player.
I agree.
For one reason or the other.
I agree.
I think the comparison's a little ridiculous. I don't think Jaylen Brown is anything close to the player that Ray Allen is. I think JT and Paul Pierce are the closest in comparison, like you said, because they're both pure scorers. They're ball-dominant players. They're shooters. You know, they're the number one option on the team. But, like, dude, I would argue as a collective group, this one fits together better than this one. Like the 08 squad versus this squad. We obviously haven't seen them together, but I've seen these two together for years now.
Like 6 years.
Hasn't really worked. Got to a finals. Got the shit beat out of you.
I think it's worked. I think it's worked
about as well as I would compare them to the Bills. I would compare them to the Bills. You got Josh Allen, you got Stephon Diggs right there. 2 studs, superstars in the league. And calling Jaylen Brown Stephon Diggs is a huge compliment to Jaylen Brown. Because Stephon Diggs is a better receiver than Jaylen Brown is basketball player, I would say. I think he's ranked higher at his position. I think he's ranked higher amongst his peers in the league. But like they shoot themselves in the foot all the time.
I mean, yeah,
100+ turnovers in the postseason.
They do.
Like that's
Definitely.
insane. You know, that's like Josh Allen throwing those 4 interceptions or 3 interceptions, whatever he threw against the
I mean, they make turnovers. I mean, there's times when Jaylen is like putting dribble moves on guys and just gets the ball plucked, and then there's also times where Tatum is
doing too much,
trying to like find somebody and throw a needle, and
that's why I think Drew Holiday's gonna be huge for you guys because you have an actual playmaker, ball handler, point guard now.
Yes. Well, and defensively, I mean, losing Marcus Smart, we had to get.
Yeah, but he's so much better than Marcus Smart.
Oh, I think so.
On
But
both
I'm
ends of
just
the
saying
ball.
I'm just saying defensively. You lose a defensive player like Marcus Smart, you have to then get somebody back like that.
Yeah.
And in this case, they got somebody back and more.
This grinded my gears though. I just like it's egregious to me.
Yeah, I don't think
it's
it's
a
a great.
terrible
I don't think
comparison.
it's a great comparison. I think the better comparison. I think everybody's getting too caught up in comparison. I think the story should be that this is the most. On paper, obviously, we haven't seen him run for a regular season game yet, but on paper, this is the most talented team that we have had since that.
Yeah, I would get
And
behind
that should just be the story. Like
I'd
there
get
shouldn't
behind
be
that.
all this like comparing
Right.
bullshit. It should just be
Yeah,
very talented team since then.
That
Let's
and
see what they do.
The only way they really line up is if you look at them position for position. They all play the same position,
Yeah.
right? Small forward, shooting guard, power forward, point guard.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
If that's what you're doing. But like outside of that, it doesn't get there's no more to compare.
No.
There's nothing there.
No.
I will take the 08 squad in 4 games.
Yeah, that 08 squad was different. That 08 squad was different. I still remember watching it like every single one of those games.
And none of those guys on your current roster, not Drew Holiday, not Porzingis, not Brown, not Tatum, none of them have anything close to the mentality of Kevin Garnett.
No.
Or
Kevin Garnett was literally
or
ready
even Paul Pierce.
No, they were ready to kill guys
And sometimes
on the court.
Paul Pierce had a little bit of false confidence. Sometimes he was a little out of his depth, but he never lost the confidence.
No.
And you can
And you
visibly,
can't lose the confidence.
You can visibly see Jason Tatum losing confidence sometimes.
Mm.
And same with Jaylen Brown.
Yeah,
But-
definitely.
So hopefully this new look Celtics works out for you. Next and last,
I will say I have high hopes. That's my parting thought on that. I have very high hopes for this season.
yeah,
As I did last year and the year before, and it's just been tears.
you guys should make the conference finals. It should be you and Milwaukee.
Yes.
Last thing I'll say about the NBA, and because we can always talk about this later. But yesterday you asked me we just got put in that
Dynasty
that
league.
Dynasty NBA league, and you asked me who I thought should go 101. Who should go as
Well, because I had my answer.
who
and
should go as the number one overall
Yeah.
pick? And I said Jokic, and I think that's still a solid answer. But I wasn't paying too much attention to it apparently because I didn't realize it was a dynasty league.
Yes, it is a Dynasty league.
That changes my answer.
Okay. That's totally fair.
I think it has to be Luka.
Yeah.
He's younger, scores more points, still giving you 8, 9 assists and rebounds. And absolutely 100% of the time, he is the guy.
Yeah.
There's an occasional game where Jamal Murray is the guy. There's an occasional game where Aaron Gordon steps up and takes some of the load away, some of the pressure away from Jokic. Lucas don't have nobody. He got Kyrie Irving. Only thing he's going to do is get buckets and cause locker room issues.
Yeah, for real.
So I'm taking Luka 101 overall if I get the number 1 pick in the Dynasty League.
I think that's totally fair.
I think it has to be Luka. And another big reason, you see all this off-season stuff about Jokic and how he's just so unenthusiastic about basketball and how when he went home nothing changed. He didn't really practice in
He went
the
to horse
off-season.
racing and won a horse chariot racing
He didn't celebrate
competition.
like an NBA champion is typically celebrated, which is fine. I'm not here to knock you and tell you how to live your
Yeah,
life.
do you?
But the man doesn't seem to care about basketball. He literally treats it like a 9-to-5 job.
He treats it like a 9-to-5 job, but I think he cares because if he didn't, I don't think he'd be doing it.
Right, he's competitive for sure, and he cares to an extent of a pro athlete to be doing it. But I don't think he cares the same way Luka cares. I don't think he cares to play until he's 35. I guarantee you, Jokic wins 2 more championships.
How old is he? Because while you're looking that up, my thought on it is that I don't think that he gets into the whole fame and fortune thing.
He's 28 years old. He wins 2 more championships in the next 4 years. I bet you he is okay with retiring around 33, 34.
And I wouldn't blame him a bit.
I guarantee he would be okay with that.
Based off of what happens to big men bodies after they retire
That's
and
what
they
I'm
get
saying.
old, I would not blame him a bit.
And God
dude.
forbid that he catch an injury or something, he may be okay with retiring sooner.
Yeah.
Whereas Luka's 4 years younger, hasn't won shit, hasn't even made a finals.
Still hungry. hungry.
Boy.
But that's what I mean. Like, I don't think that I think that Jokic is still hungry, and I think that he wants to win, and I think he wants to play basketball.
Yeah.
I just don't think he gets caught up in the fame and fortune side of it.
I agree,
Where
but
it's like he could have gone apeshit at the parade, and he's like, no, it's okay.
even like I saw a video of him just walking in the tunnel the other day, walking into the facility, and he just did like.
But that's how he always looks. And then he comes out and he fucking balls.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
He always looks unenthusiastic. Even when he's on the court, he looks that way. And then he's out here getting doubles on points and rebounds and like whatever the stat category is for that night. Just pick one, and he's going to make a double out of it.
Jokic, man, play till you're 38. Please, you could go down as the best big man ever.
Yeah.
I said it.
For real.
Argue with me.
He could. I'm not going to argue it.
I know.
I've never seen anything like him.
I would need Luka though. I would take Luka.
And I think Luka's smart based off the age because he can still get you relatively the same kind of numbers that Jokic can, but then he's like we said, he's just younger.
Right.
So
the only and not taking Luka, I mean Luka plays point guard, so not taking him, there is depth at the point guard position. Some of them are older, like Steph, but like Tyrese Halliburton, I've done a couple mock drafts. He's not falling out of the first round in Dynasty leagues, which is crazy. There's a Pacers player going first round in Dynasty leagues.
That's
Love
awesome.
it.
That's awesome.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's not falling out of the first round. And if he does, he's going high second.
Well, especially, too, you have to think there's 14 people in this Dynasty league.
Yeah.
So, first round's it's going to be interesting.
As deep as you want. After the second round, like you're going to be looking at players and you're going to be like, damn. So you got to crush your first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
You can't miss a pick.
No.
You can't reach too much. You can't play it too safe. Like you gotta make the right picks.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard. I've never done a dynasty basketball league. I've done fantasy basketball for like the last 3 years. It's tricky. It's a lot harder for me. It's a lot harder than fantasy football.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
I know, considering you're 0-5. That is crazy.
That's in a dynasty league. Aaron Rodgers snapping his Achilles.
I know.
Gary Wilson doesn't have anybody throwing the ball.
I'm just giving you shit.
It's hard. Okay?
I'm just giving you
it's
shit.
Hard.
It is
and in
hard.
basketball, you know why it's harder? Because you got to set your lineup like every day.
Every single day. Yeah. Every day.
So, whoop-de-woo.
Yeah, it's great. And then because of that, you have to be thinking about like two or three people at every position and like what your best thing's going to be. Like obviously you have to do that for fantasy too, but like with more teams, more games, more days of the week, and then like your star players being off on a Tuesday but then playing Wednesday. And like it's just a whole different type of equation.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun though. I don't even know half the guys in the league, but whatever.
I don't know any of them except
I'm gonna fleece them in the draft.
You and Dallas. I don't know anybody.
You know Al.
Oh, Al's in that?
Do you read?
I haven't read much of that one. I just saw that we were in it, and then I just started looking at stuff.
Well, you directly asked me who's in the league, and I told you I don't know anyone except me, you, Dallas, and Al.
Oh, well then. Sorry, Al. No, you're in it now. Yeah, it'll be interesting. What else you got? Anything?
Fucking.
We got a long one here today, ladies and gentlemen. Off for 2 weeks, had to make up for it in 2 hours.
I got a freckle on my cock.
Alrighty, and with that, folks, we will
music
be
and
wrapping
get us out of here.
The show. I'm gonna play some unreleased Keaghan music. How about that? Get a little moody up in here.
My lover's got humor. She's a girl at a funeral.
Thanks, everybody. Check our socials for all the betting stuff. Peace.
This beat slaps.
Thanks.
Spending all my nights alone, at least when I'm at home, and not in someone else's bed. And I've been wondering how far you've gone. Are you partying all night long? End up in someone else's bed. All my friends keep saying you will get through it. All my friends keep saying you will get through it. need you. I don't think I need. Don't think that I need you. I don't think I need. Don't think that I need you. You say you'll love me this time. I've really been going through it. Poppin' natty, keep it moving, sweating, God, we all do it, eh? I've always kept you in mind. You swore to me when we were 35, you would be mine. All mine, all mine, all mine, all mine, all mine. All mine, all mine, all mine, all mine, all mine. Can we go back in time? Can we go back in time this time?
And this is a little section for the features. Couple different features, hopefully gonna end up on here. With the third verse.
It's not me, guys. Sorry.
No, it's not.
Could be.
Nice little 16 bar space. Spit a little something.
Don't think I need. Don't think that I need you. Don't think I need. Don't think that I need you. Don't think I need. Don't think that I need you. Don't think I need. Don't think that I need you.
I like.